19 News, sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney. First, fair, everywhere. 19 News starts now.
For the first time, East Cleveland police asking for the public's help, sharing pictures of the people they believe might be responsible for a string of shootings over Labor Day weekend. Thanks for joining us tonight at 7. I'm Tiffany Tucker. We know one man was killed and several others injured over a weekend of senseless violence. Brittany Weir has the newest details from police.
East Cleveland acting police chief held a press conference earlier this afternoon. He says the department is searching for 6 suspects in connection with the shootings that happened here in the city on Labor Day. He says 4 of those people have been identified, but all of them remain at large.
Me, even as a police officer, I was terrified.
Acting Police Chief Kenneth Lundy is talking about the violence that erupted on Labor Day in East Cleveland.
It's just extremely chaotic. A lot of people out there. You know, we could have had 100 police officers, 200 police officers out there. We were still outnumbered, right?
On September 2nd, which was the same weekend as the Shaw High School all-class reunion, there were 3 separate shootings, all in less than 2 hours.
I mean, we just had cleared University Hospital from taking the first victim, who was shot at Kamer, to University, and the gunfire literally went right off right next to us.
The first shooting happened on Euclid Avenue and Kamer, the second at the mobile gas station on Euclid Avenue, and the third on Elmwood Road. 1 person died and 9 others were hurt in the chaos.
I thought in 2022 that was the worst. This by far this year was the worst. We literally got a guy that shot twice in the chest that we had to run 2 blocks with, you know, to get him to a nearby EMS squad to get him transported to the hospital.
Police say they are looking for these 6 people that are involved in these shootings. 4 of them have been identified, but they are asking the community to help identify the other 2.
A lot of people were injured. 1 person lost their life, but we want to get them off the street as soon as possible.
Acting Chief Lundy says the weekend of these shootings, every officer was required to work mandatory overtime. However, he does acknowledge that the department is severely understaffed. He says they have less than half the required officers needed to run the department. In East Cleveland, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Breaking news on the controversial comments regarding immigration made by the Portage County Sheriff on social media, encouraging people to write down the addresses of anyone with a Kamala Harris sign in their yard. The sheriff responding to the firestorm saying in part, quote, "I, as the elected sheriff, do have a First Amendment right, as do all citizens, if the citizens of Portage County want to elect an individual who has supported open borders, which I personally visited twice, and neglected to enforce the laws of our country, then that is their prerogative. With elections, there are consequences. That being said, I believe that those who vote for individuals with liberal policies have to accept responsibility for their actions," end quote. Well, today, Governor Mike DeWine back in Springfield, Ohio, to address the surge in threats against that community thrust into the national spotlight following last week's presidential debate. The threats continuing even today, despite the presence of both the FBI and the Ohio State Patrol. Governor DeWine addressed those ongoing concerns and the state's plan to offer security and support.
We will continue this